Hi, good morning. Today we're doing a short hike, 3 points of interest. We start at the first point of interest, which is actually a little wash house just outside the village of Benirrama. And we're going to go across the main drag here and then into the hills, have a look at some cave paintings and work our way around to a couple of other fonts on the way back. It's only a short walk. I just deliberately chose this one this morning because I want to have breakfast somewhere. And so I don't want to do a particularly long one. It's only a Saturday morning, so we're likely to see a lot of cyclists at the start of the route coming through on a Saturday morning because I've started early. But it should be a bit of fun, something different to do on a Saturday morning first thing. And hopefully it's going to be a bit cooler because it's been very, very hot of late. And so I want to get this all over and done by about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So let's get going. Our hike starts today at this beautiful old wash house. It's quite a way out of the village, but I imagine this is done because of the watercourse that obviously feeds it. And anyone taking washing down here, they've got a long steep hill to walk back up to the village. I would imagine in days gone by it'd either be done with donkeys, but as I say, it's quite a walk up that hill back to the village itself. So I'd be interested to know how they actually did it, whether they only carry one bag down with them or what. We've just come off the road itself and we're on a dry riverbed here at the moment. But this road that we're looking at here in front leads up right the way over the hill. It's more of a fire break for fire access to the brigades, etc. And it leads up right onto the hills and over the top. It's a cracking walk, but make sure you bring plenty of food and water because it is a bit of a killer on the feet. But early morning light here, this looks really, really pretty. Cami or fire break road for a short distance. Oh, I've got motorbikes coming down it. Louis, come. That's one of the problems on hiking of a weekend in this part of the world. It's such a beautiful area. You can't blame everybody wanting to come here and just get away, break up their working week and have some fun. But what it does do is make this place not as quiet as it used to be, or during the week. Now as you come up the hill, the footpath is marked by these two little cairns. If you're not looking for them, you'll miss it. This is where we're going to turn off and go into the wilderness. One of the things you notice when hiking in this part of the world is a lot of ruins, or you think of old farmhouses, etc. But a lot of these old farmhouses, they may be a couple of 100 years old themselves, but they were still being worked maybe 50, 60 years ago. It's only since the depopulation of the valley itself many years ago did we see a change in the agricultural processes here. Now a lot of these buildings that we'll see they used to have animals in them, corrals basically, or barns, and quite often there'd be shelters there for the owners as well, and whether they'd come out from the village and spend a couple of nights here or whatever, or actually in some cases even live there. But they're all in ruin now, and they're quite famous here. And as you further along the valleys, you'll go into a couple of walks where you'll come across 4 or 5 of them. Well worth having a look because they are of historic value, and just to see how things were in times gone by. To the entrance to have a look. Oh well, I'm not going down into it. It's well overgrown. There's my old wooden tree lintel there between those two walls. Obviously a gateway. This looks more like, as I say, a corral for animals. and maybe just a shelter for the shepherds, etc., when they were sheltering here. But it may well have been living accommodation, as I said before. Fascinating. If only these stones could tell a story. When you look at the size of it, it's well overgrown now. I can't get in and get too close to it because of the trees. But this is quite a substantial structure and probably would have housed quite a few animals. Well, the path through here is quite well defined. A little bit rocky, a bit uneven, but an easier path to what some of the mountain paths are around here. But fabulous scenery here. But again, a lot of this area here was groves at one time. It's just been overgrown now and gone to waste, which is a real shame. Oh, Louis. Come on. Well, this area would be no good for the drone. No way of getting it up here. And once you're up, you wouldn't really see much of this path, that's for sure. We're still not too far from the road itself. You can hear quite a lot of traffic on it. There's a dog barking in the background, which is one of the features of hiking in rural Spain. There's never-ending supply of dogs, and they're always barking, obviously protecting their properties in these little areas. Go on, mate, let's go. Oh, it's got these sort of cut out steps. Whoa. Oh. Well, just come to a rock face here. Now the other side of this, up the hill a slight bit, you can't see it much because we're photographing into the rising sun, but this is where the cave paintings are, and yeah, it's quite dramatic. If only the bloody mosquitoes had gone back to bed, we'd be happier. Starting to get a little warm. I just come across a small cave here. Oh, there's a bigger one there. Work my way around to the bigger one. Oh yeah, quite sizable. By the look of the old brushwood in there and the blackened, sooted roof of it, it's obviously a favourite little camp spot for somebody now. Probably used in times gone by as a corral as well. Yeah, it's fascinating what you come across on your hikes, and it's always good to have time on your hands to actually explore them and have a look and maybe take some detours rather than stick to a rigid route and say, right, we've got to do a route march here and on we go. Sometimes it does pay just to open your eyes a little bit and take a little bit of time. Right, just walking out of the bottom of the valley here and coming up to a signpost, and to the left we have the cave art, but it's up quite a steep hill, so let's crack on. Only way is up. Oh, I can see them up there. Probably another 100 metres. Right, it looks quite impressive from here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, they're just up there underneath that little overhang. Let's go. Path is quite rocky and steep. Still got a bit of a way to go. Still, it'll be worth it by the time we get there. Ah, now I can see it. Are you up there, dog? Right, I'm under the ironworks. Oh, a dog won't like that. That's where he'll stay, I'm afraid. He won't come up on that. Made it up onto the platform. Bit hot and sweaty. This is where the cave paintings are. I hardly call them a cave, but certainly prehistoric paintings, and obviously protected over time by the overhang. Stunning. Oh yeah, I can see one just to the side of the cutout. Oh, it's quite interesting. I can see a few of them up there. One in the middle. Yeah, normally you come to these in the mountains and you can't actually see the paintings. They've just a suggestion that they were there. Yeah, there's quite a few here as well. Well, I'd have to say I can highly recommend these particular ones. As I said before, you come to a lot of these cave paintings and you can't actually see a lot. But here, there's a lot of them and you can actually see them. They're quite small in size, they're not huge things, but you know, these were done in prehistoric times, so yeah, I'm impressed. The only thing about this platform, you need to have a bit of a head for heights because it's on a grill. On the way down from the paintings, I've come across another corral, barn. This one looks like it's been in use for a little bit longer than the ones we just looked earlier on in the walk. Oh yeah, somebody's maintaining this. It's got a roof on. Beautiful old terracing here, but again, whatever crops they were growing in the past, it's all gone into disarray. These particular trees, I call them the fake chocolate trees, Carib trees, and farmers still here harvest the fruit off the trees here and feed them to pigs. But these particular terraces here haven't been worked or used in many years. What a shame. Alright, we're back down to the riverbed. I'm crossing over this and then up onto some camis and we'll visit our first font. Right, we've come up to what is quite a large font and wash area here. Well, the dog's having fun trying to get out of that end. What's up, mate? There's an awful lot of people live in this area without electricity, water, sewage. Back to as it used to be many years ago, and it still is. Yeah, for those who are interested, this is Font de la Mata, and it's quite popular on a weekend because a lot of cars come here to park to go up onto the hills and the castle itself. But it is a beautiful, peaceful spot. We left Font de la Mata about 200 metres downhill, and we come to our second font of the day, Font de Benirrama, and the dog likes this one as well. These springs played a very important role even today in the history of the valley and the people that lived here, who were essential obviously for the well-being of everybody. Unfortunately, my dog's got no sense of propriety here. Get out of there! Yeah, these fonts and springs all over the valley, they were the life source of the people that lived here for centuries, and they still play an important role here in society. As I say, a lot of houses here, a lot of people, even if it's only for the weekend or stuff, they've got properties here which are not connected to running water, electricity, and they depend on their water supply from these fonts. Otherwise, they've got to ship it in large containers. It's beautiful here this morning. Cracking little walk. We're only 4 kilometres into it, and I've only got probably another one and a half to go, if tops. But what a lovely little walk. We are in the heart of cherry country, although over the last 5 or 6 years has seen a sharp decline in production of cherries here. Yeah, cherry production in the valley here dropped from somewhere in the region of 700,000 to 800,000 kilograms a year or per season, down to 2022-23 to virtually zero, and commercial production was actually ceased in those years. It's only just picked up this year, 2025. I think the take was about 50,000 kilograms come out of the valley, but that's a huge drop to what it was even 5, 6, 7 years ago. So it's something they've got to look at, and I understand they're looking at various new varieties to actually deal with. There's a bug going around affecting the cherry trees, and also the changing climate. So they're looking at different ones to best suit this area now, because things have changed. Right, nearly back to our start point. It's just over 4 kilometres hike. I've been at it nearly 2 hours, but don't forget I've been playing around and having a little bit of fun. Cracking little walk, not too challenging. I'd recommend it to pretty much anybody that can walk on a mountain path and don't want to go too far. If you enjoyed the video, kindly like and subscribe, and watch out for my next adventure. It won't be long. Get out of the smelly stuff. Go on, up, go on over there. Get in, go on. Good boy.